They got some bikes, they're gonna ride through all the countryside, and they'll do it side by side. Kenneth and Allie, they're gonna rally through all the peaks and valleys. Shout out to Rand McNally. West Coast ready to greet them in search of the unending weekend. Well, it's the Trans-American Light.
All right. We're at a Dollar General in Sonora, Kentucky. I'm kind of worried that we might have actually already just passed the intersection that my cousins were hoping that we would see them at.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't really realize that 65 was going to be coming up this quickly. And we haven't really been doing, like, projections of schedules, so...
I thought that wasn't really a plan, though. It was just like if it lined up somehow.
Yeah, and on a Tuesday afternoon, probably wouldn't have lined up.
Yeah.
But we'll have to just look at the thing and see if we cross it again. That's so possible.
But it's been a good day so far.
You made it to the night?
Yeah. Oh, man, that was crazy.
Hellacious rain for, like...
Insane.
I don't
like,
know, half an
deafening.
hour or something? Yeah.
Yeah. What time was that? I don't even remember.
I think it was... I can't remember if it was, like, midnight or if it was, like, 2.
Yeah, it was insane. It woke me up.
Yeah, it was really, really loud.
And then this morning, we were still in the tent. Or was
Yeah.
that last night?
When the guy came by in the
The-
motorcycle?
No, the cop car.
Oh, that was last night, before all the rain came.
Yeah, so we were set up. We were just chilling in the tent, and a cop car pulled in. We were like, oh, man, he's going to, like, come tell us to leave or something. But he just made a U-turn in the parking lot and left. I don't even know if he saw us, really.
Making U-turns in that parking lot seemed to be a popular activity that
Yeah.
evening. There was a guy who came and threw away trash. There was another person that came and didn't do anything.
Yeah, and then there was a guy on an ATV at, like, 1
in the
a.m.
morning. Yeah.
just, like, roaring around. He made a full circle around the pavilion.
Mm-hmm.
But
It was very weird considering how
weird.
bad the weather was. Like,
Yeah.
to be out right then wouldn't be desirable, I wouldn't think.
But it was a really good night. I slept really well.
I don't think I slept as well as you did, to be honest. I was actually really, really hot for the first, I think, hour I was laying in bed. I fell asleep listening to a podcast, and I realized I had fallen asleep because I woke up and it was no longer playing. But then I was just laying there, just sweating, like,
That sucks.
not profusely, but enough, like, actual drops coming off, so I just couldn't get comfortable. Moved all my covers around, put my feet outside of the tent for enough time until mosquitoes started to come, and I was like, alright, this is a bad idea. But it was a good night. It was a good spot. It was really pretty. And this morning we got up at like 7. We got out of there, I think it was like 8:15. Went to Subway.
Yeah, honestly, that was the best breakfast I've had, I think.
Yeah, Subway's got some great breakfasts.
Subway sandwich with egg, lots of veggies. Got a giant cinnamon roll that was 610 calories at a gas station, and a drink for hydration. So I was feeling really good.
You gotta hydrate.
And then we started out, and it was pretty flat initially, and it was really dark. It looked like it was going to rain again.
Yeah, for sure.
We really enjoyed the flat for 10 miles or something?
At least, yeah.
But then we had a big climb.
Yeah. It was surprising.
Yeah, kind of came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. And
This is definitely like farmland. I wouldn't expect there to be too many mountains.
yeah. And we have a pretty vicious headwind today, too.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
And in fact, now that we're sitting here, I wonder if it might be blowing through, because it's getting a little bit clearer than it was a few minutes ago,
Yeah.
and it doesn't feel as strong. But
Look
then
at
again,
that, though.
yeah, it's moving that way, which I guess that still means the wind is blowing that way too. But yeah, interesting conditions today.
Yeah.
A little taste of, I guess, the headwinds we might have in Kansas or something.
Yeah.
It's almost like going uphill, but not.
Yeah, you're always pedaling.
Yeah, there's
You
definitely
always
no
have to
coasting.
shift down because, at least for me, I overestimate how far I can coast with the wind. And then I just end up pedaling my ass off to get up the hill anyways.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
And with fully loaded bikes with things that are like sticking out of the bike, I'm sure that catches the wind as well and slows us down. So, but we're already at 32 miles, which is almost half of what we're planning for today.
Very close. And it's
Yeah.
only 1 o'clock, which is probably better because we got into camp yesterday super early.
Yeah,
We were just kind of farting around.
we didn't do anything.
Yeah, it was fine. And we had a nice little exploration of the area. But it's nice to roll in and have everything kind of line up with your chores and then nightfall and then sleep.
Yeah,
And I
there's
think-
not really anything to do to fill time. Like,
Yeah,
we could be on our phones or we could watch Netflix, but I don't want to watch TV out here.
yeah.
And there's only so much
There's
social media catching up you can do.
Yeah, and there's definitely not an amazing amount of things to do in New Haven, Kentucky.
No.
But yeah, so I think today's going to be good. We're shooting for Rough River Dam. Going to hope for another pavilion because I think there's actually chances of thunderstorm today about right now, which is maybe some of that stuff we saw moving in as we were making our way this direction. But pavilion life has been that's a real game changer.
Yeah.
Having that as an option for sleeping, it's pretty amazing.
And so you had asked me a question, mostly joking, I guess.
Yeah.
When we were at another gas station earlier today, if I would ever want to do another bike tour. And I was like, I don't know, it's so early on, like, I wouldn't want to do this again, just because why would you repeat the same thing? But, yeah, and so I was thinking about it, and I don't consider myself an athlete by any means. I consider myself just a regular person who has the opportunity, ability, and privilege to be out here and do this stuff. But with that being said, I am a regular person, so I do enjoy, like, comforts and being clean, and biking is hard every day, and any physical activity is hard every day. So, I don't know about more bike tours. I mean, I still think it's way too early to say, but at least for me, I always need a break in between long-term stuff like that. You were saying we could just jump on the Pacific Coast Highway and keep going once we get to Oregon and go south from there, and I was like, man, I don't know.
It should be pretty flat, but
I feel like for me, doing things like this, number one, it's really, really good for your body, obviously, and I appreciate that. And I do enjoy exercise. I wouldn't say I love it. I struggle a lot, and I don't love sweating all the time, and I don't love being gross. But, like, doing this stuff helps you appreciate the, quote, normal life more. And so I feel like this is a good way of having a healthy balance, not getting too lazy and sedentary.
Yeah.
And also, like, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and it's so... Not many people get to do this. I bet a lot of people will too, but because of jobs and stuff, just like the AT and just like any long-distance thing. So I feel privileged to be out here, but I don't see this as like a long-term lifestyle for me, because I also enjoy, like, gardening and having dogs and showering sometimes. So I look forward to that. I'm not gonna lie, I have thought about when we get to Oregon, we dip our wheels in, we go to an Airbnb or something, and then we're done. I'm not saying I want that right now, and I will definitely never cheat and, like, skip ahead to that, but yeah, it's hard in the good way.
yeah. But it's very different than the AT.
It's very different, yeah.
It's not as magical.
Definitely not as connected with nature, I feel like. I've seen a lot of plants and animals just in passing, which I've appreciated, but you're not in it. You're on the roads, which has
passing
roadkill
it.
and nasty fumes from the cars that roar past you.
Yeah.
It's very different, but I'm still very, very happy to be out here and very glad, and it's great.
Yeah, we're maybe... Well, no, I was going to say... I guess we're approaching maybe 1,000 miles or so.
I would imagine it would be pretty soon. We're at 779 in Berea.
Was that Berea, or was that even before that, though? I think that was at that diner. It
was.
when we calculated it. It was
Yeah,
like,
so that was the morning we got.
I don't remember.
before
I don't remember if it was or if it wasn't.
I don't remember either.
Yeah.
But we've got to be close.
We've definitely got to be close, and I think that we should make a little AT style mile marker for Athena, and also maybe if those old guys are somehow behind us. I mean, I know that you were feeling a little competitive with them, but in any case, we got there before they did.
Yeah.
So that they're doing something. I don't know what they're doing, but
Yeah.
they're not doing a Franco style. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because we also have a similar daily pace too, and if they're taking any zeros or whatever, we might be leapfrogging with them as well for this whole trip.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm sure there's more people out here too, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Hopefully we meet more.
They keep coming out of the woodwork, kind of when
Yeah.
you least expect it.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, we started at such a random time. It really is pretty coincidental that anyone else would be out here at all. But I mean, Franco started on the exact same day. Athena was close, I think, earlier May, but still ended up being around the same area. I don't know when those older guys started, but yeah.
And there is no such thing as a bubble on this.
No.
Unless I feel like the race probably is a little bit of a bubble, but depending on pace, like, you spread out so much.
Yeah.
And there's so many miles, so many more miles, and everyone's going a lot faster than hiking. So
If you're racing
Yeah.
too, I don't think you want to be around other people because then
That's
you're going to be
true.
trying to get away from them because
Yeah, it's
that's your
competitive.
competition. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I would never ever want to do this as a race.
No.
I don't think I would do any bike race, honestly.
Yeah, we
unless it was just for fun.
I don't even know if you can do something
it
like
would be
that
fun.
for fun. Yeah, I mean,
Well, like a century or something.
Oh, just
where
like-
thousands of people register. And
Yeah,
do it. Like
yeah.
I do something like that.
a big kind of group ride.
I would never
thing.
do like a over 1,000-mile bike race.
Yeah, we were looking at Leo Wilcox's stats earlier today because she has some pretty impressive,
Yeah.
titles to her name and everything. And she also, not only did she do all the races that she is given credit for, but she also would bike to the beginning of most of those races. Like when she did, I don't remember if you remember.
remember that, yeah.
So she biked from Alaska to wherever the Tour Divide starts. I don't really know where, but it was somewhere.
I think it's Montana. It's the Continental Divide.
Yeah.
So I think it's either northern Montana or Idaho or something.
Yeah, so she did 1,000 miles before she even got to the ride, which is smart because, like we're experiencing now, if you go ahead and toughen up your butt and you get used to your setup and everything, and you've been doing those daily miles and everything, you're going to have sort of an edge on your competition because you're going to already be in the zone, kind of.
Yeah.
And this bike ride has already been longer than any ride I've ever done, sustained-wise. And
That's true, yeah.
It's really-
New York was 10 days.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that was with Airbnbs every night and
Yeah.
hotels and stuff, so it was definitely more glamping. And I could afford it at the time.
Well, and you were also doing crazy miles, and you deserved it a lot more than we do.
Well, it was...
Well, not that we deserve it any less, but like,
I
we
really-
also love camping.
I only need one thing for me to shoot for me to be able to accomplish those things.
Beer?
Beer is definitely a close second, but if
Oh.
I have a reservation,
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
get there. Like, it goes back to that illness, injury, or death thing, where like those are the only things that are going to prevent me from getting somewhere. Because the period of time when it's the hottest of the day, the heat of the day, like that's hard to get over. But as long as you just keep pushing through it, eventually it goes away.
Yeah.
And so, you just kind of play a little trick with yourself.
I don't think I have that mental strength built up yet.
But the only way to
I don't
get
know
it is
if
to
I-
do it, though.
Yeah,
I think
but
you
I
would.
don't want to do it. And that's the thing. That's always what brings me back to the fact that I think I'm just totally a normal person out here doing this. Like I don't. Maybe it will come as I get older. Maybe it will come as I continue doing stuff like this. But my goal for this type of thing is to enjoy the adventure and
Yeah.
to take pictures and make memories and like have a good time.
Yeah, that's my
I
goal,
don't
too.
want to suffer. No one wants to suffer.
Well,
Some people want to suffer,
yeah.
but I don't.
Yeah, and we're definitely not suffering.
No, not at all.
We're chilling at this Dollar General now, and I've probably been here for 20 or 30 minutes. I just did a resupply, so I've got dinners again and some snacks and stuff. Should get us through another couple days. and we're shooting for Collinsville. We need to sit down and really figure out where we are and where it is and what that's going to look like in terms of our days, because I don't know. I think we're at a point now where we have a rhythm good enough to where we could actually start predicting where we're
Yeah, I
going to be in
think
a
so,
couple of
too.
days, especially as it gets flatter and everything.
Right.
Earlier on, that was really difficult because I don't know. We've got the pavilion thing down now, so shelters are a little bit easier to plan for, and the resupply, we're pretty comfortable, I think, day to day, being able to get food and things like that. So
Yeah. We were going into this with a lot of unknowns.
yeah, definitely.
And
I was honestly kind of annoyed when people would ask me, because I felt like that's something I should have an answer for, but at the same time I didn't, and that was sort of also the point. It was
Yeah.
like I knew that it would just work out, because it's that old cliche, the necessity is the mother of invention kind of thing. It's like when you need to do something, you'll figure out a way to do it.
right. Yeah.
Even if that means an occasional $60 hotel in Brea because it's so freaking hot.
Because I have heat exhaustion.
Yeah, you have, what was it? What did they say when they were finding those people that were in
Altered level of consciousness.
Yeah, from hyponatremia.
I didn't have that.
No, you probably were a couple hours away from it though.
Yeah.
If you didn't get some food and
I
air
was talking
conditioning.
to my dad, and he was like, that can turn serious really fast. Heat stroke is nothing to be fucked with. Like,
That sounds exactly like something your dad would say.
yes. No, but like balancing salt and water
Yeah.
intake in your body. I'm learning a lot about that, which is good.
I don't think I've ever experienced that. I guess I'm just lucky, maybe. I'm also just, I don't know.
You're an experienced cyclist, and you're
Yeah.
an experienced athlete, I'd say. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know that you just got to shovel stuff down. It doesn't matter if you want it. And, as someone who actively and constantly overeats, it's pretty easy to eat something small just to have it in the tank.
Yeah, my appetite is 100% restored.
Yeah.
And, what's the word? Maximized? I don't know.
Yeah, it was just
I'm
sort
hungry
of...
all the time now.
It's bittersweet because I always enjoy when you make dinner. So I'm always like, ooh, I'm going to get like a third of whatever you're making. But I'm happy that those days are already gone. Because it was a little concerning, especially because at the beginning, when things were much harder than they are now, that was when you needed that stuff the most,
Right,
and that was when it
yeah.
was hardest for you to get it down.
Yeah.
So
It was just a transition.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty transitioned now, bodily at least. Still getting stronger every day. Feeling
Yeah.
good though.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
Yeah.
My shoulder feels weird today. I think I slept on it badly, which makes sense because we slept on concrete. And yeah, it was. It's a minor. In England, they call them niggles, which is a word that I always have to feel like I need to say exactly the way it needs to be said because it could be very problematic, especially
It
these
has
days.
an L in it.
It has soft L. But yeah, just like little things that come up because you're using your body so much. The little pains,
Just
little
say it in an English accent, I'm sure.
niggos.
No!
That doesn't sound
That
good.
doesn't sound better.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, soft L. So, yeah, tonight the pavilion that I found for us looks like it might not work out just because I'm not sure how close it is to... It's like at a resort, and I kind of feel like it would be more patrolled and a little bit more, like, conscientious of...
Supervised.
Yeah, supervised, for sure. So, if that doesn't work, there's something else that's 89 miles, so that would be another 20 after. So I guess that's something that we'll figure out as we go, which again is sort of the whole theme of the thing anyway.
Yeah. This morning after breakfast, I was feeling pretty good, and the weather was nice and cool. It was maybe like 70, low 70s, cloudy. Looked like it was going to rain, but we weren't counting on it, and I was like, hey, maybe today might be the day for a century. Like, I'm feeling good, why not? We did 10 miles and then go up a climb. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, maybe not. And then the wind is
wind.
a big deal, too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it really is too bad, that wind, because man, we would have had pristine riding. There was this
Yeah.
really cool road that we went over that you could almost see like a mile down.
That
It was
was cool.
perfectly flat and had fields on either side. It seemed like sort of a breakthrough moment scenery-wise, and you
Yeah.
can see the little mountains. They really are more like hills now.
Definitely.
I mean, anytime Let's Trek Together, YouTube channel that we watch, that are two people hiking the AT, they always call them hills, and I'm always like, well, those are proper mountains. So what you guys are going up, but these are, I would say, proper hills. This is like
Definitely.
The Appalachians are receding, and things are getting flatter, and yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I can feel that coffee coursing through me.
You want to go?
Oh, I'm not in
I'm
any
ready
rush.
whenever.
Okay. Yeah, our gear. I don't want our bikes to get too hot.
I brought my computer.
I did too. You're a trendsetter. Got Spanish rice and macaroni and cheese per your influence.
And tattoos.
Tattoos, man, yeah. You've permanently scarred me in more ways than one. But yeah, so halfway done for the day. I'm guessing the rest of it will take about as much as the first part did, so.
But it was only like 3 hours of riding time.
And a couple of fat stops,
Yeah.
this one included.
It always blows my mind, at the end of the day, moving time is like 2 or 3 hours less than the total ride time.
Yeah, it's funny.
Because we take so many breaks. But it's essential for me, and it's really good, and it's helping us make these clips in places like this and enjoy snacks and stuff.
I really like, too, that even though the ride time might only comprise, like, I don't even know, 4 or 5 hours of the day, we're still outside all day, every day, except for the
Yeah.
rare times when we've gone to hotels.
Yeah.
And that, to me, just feels... I don't know, we both have commented on how bad air conditioning feels very quickly when we go into restaurants or grocery
Yeah.
stores. Initially, it feels good because it's such a blast of difference climactically.
That Wendy's yesterday was so
Yeah.
hot outside, so I was looking forward to it, but by the end of our meal I was shivering. I was
Yeah.
like, I can't be in here
You had
anymore. This is
goosebumps and
terrible.
stuff, yeah. It's just, yeah, that to me is more of the whole experiential thing that I enjoy, just the fact that we're just being outside so much. And
Yeah.
that's the thing I really missed about the trail. I wish we were drinking, like, mountain water as well, instead of disgusting hot tap water from bathroom sinks, but
Yeah, I don't think we've filtered water once yet.
no, we haven't, yeah. And I don't even know if we will, to be honest.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. But yeah, we're
It's
cultivating.
a really good backup, though.
It
because
is.
That's one thing that could be dangerous.
Yeah,
as
totally.
we mentioned before.
Yeah.
That's obvious. But,
It's good to have it as an option.
and it's not that big. It's one bag and one filter.
Yeah, it's worth having.
It was recommended to us. There's something called the 5-day rule, which I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
know about. I don't know if that's a cycling thing or like just a long-term.
I think it might have been an AT thing, because that guy, I think who said it was the guy who said he also did the AT.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I had never heard it before, but the concept is if you don't use something or even touch something within the first 5 days of your adventure, you should send it home. But I just don't think that water filtration is something to compromise on.
no, that's something that you will be very sorry to not have if and when you need it, especially.
Right.
I mean, I'm at a point right now where I kind of wish I had brought my Leatherman multi-tool for the pliers on it and some of the other tools that come with it, because I've got like 3 of them at my house, which is unfortunate that I'm contemplating buying a 4th, but yeah, that's something that probably I would look at kind of questioningly if I had brought it with me, because I'd be like, man, I haven't really used that at all. But using pliers yesterday to straighten the teeth on my chainring was very helpful, and it'd be nice to not have to rely on other people for that. But yeah, we're cultivating quite a stink between the two of us,
Oh, man.
and we've got
Yeah.
plans to keep it going for a bit, I think. 3 or 4 days
I'm
maybe.
looking forward to laundry, mostly.
Yeah.
That's also something interesting with cycling compared to hiking. Like, I don't feel as in need of a shower all the time because we're not walking through mud, and like there's always a breeze. Even if it's hot, there's always a breeze. It blows the sweat out of your eyes, wash it off at night. And I usually feel fine at night, but clothes wise, I need to wash my shorts soon.
Yeah.
I don't want to get an infection.
Tom might have had a good idea with his 2 shorts kind
Yeah.
of thing. And maybe you should buy another pair of shorts, like you were saying, the same ones. I don't know
Yeah.
if the cushion would be any better, but at least you could alternate. And you
Yeah.
could also dry the ones that are not being worn or whatever. Something to think
I'm not
about.
having any problems with it yet, but it's something
Yeah.
to keep in mind for sure.
Getting tan, babe.
Yeah.
Both are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's great to be out here. We're excited to get through Kentucky. Illinois is going to be great.
Yeah, we're going to shoot up north for a
Yeah.
special treat.
Yeah.
I think I could probably do that on my phone. I think it might be a little haphazard because the interface isn't as good as if it were on a computer. But if we're not going to be able to get to a computer before that time, I still think we could probably figure something out to make it happen.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't be able to put it on my computer, so you might have to lead, which would make my mom happy, I guess. Do you want to talk about that? Why you don't lead?
Oh, why I don't lead? Yeah.
By Allie Espen.
Well, I don't know. I just...
Because it's not something that we've ever talked about, or consciously. It's just sort of the way things
Yeah.
are.
And I think it's natural because you are faster than me, uphill and flat usually. I seem to coast further than you do. I don't know if that's because of the way my gear is packed or, like you said, you have wider shoulders or something. I don't know. So
Yeah.
I always catch up going downhill and like at the bottom. But anyways, I don't like to lead because it's motivating for me to keep up with you. Not that you're going super fast and not that I feel like desperate urgency to stay close to you, but it's like a good motivator because when I see you getting further and further away up the hill, I'm like, well, maybe I could put it into a higher gear and like push a little harder. Like I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is I think you agree with this as well, that I look in my mirror more often.
I've thought about that, and I actually don't know if that's true, because I feel like I look in it a lot, and I don't know if you can tell when I'm looking, because I certainly can't tell
I
when
see
you
your
are.
eyes sometimes.
Yeah. I think...
But anyways,
Yeah.
I
About to get
look
in
in
a
it a
fight.
lot, and I'm very aware of traffic that's coming from behind,
Mm-hmm.
and you sometimes swerve into traffic, into
Yeah.
the lane, and
It's a
I
safety
feel
maneuver.
like it's like a protection thing. I want to like help protect you. So
Mm.
if we were on one of those big highways yesterday, and I saw that one of the trucks didn't see us or was coming straight into our lane, I would definitely try to get your attention and help you, or not help you, but like make us get over so we'd be safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's just my spot. It was my spot on the trail too.
Yeah.
Not always in the back, but not
Definitely.
usually in the front.
Not after Virginia.
Not after Virginia. No, it was after like PA. New York. New York is where I slowed down. New York is when I got tired. That's a very memorable time for
Okay.
me. Because those steep rock climbs all the time, it wore my legs out. I was like, oh wow, I'm starting to feel this.
Yeah, I remember you saying, finally, after 1,000,000 miles, that your knees hurt.
Yeah.
I was like, well, welcome. I mean, the way you go down hills is crazy. Maybe you're just really good at going downhill in all sports.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, you always excelled on trail because you were jumping off of rocks and I doing my Stretchman impersonation going down. And yeah, for some reason you're able to sustain more momentum.
I will always love downhill. I will always hate uphill. I don't think anything will ever change that.
Yeah, it's probably a genetic disposition.
For
I love
biking,
uphill.
hiking, anything. Nope. But
Well-
yeah, should probably go.
Yeah, we probably should. Got some more miles to do.
Couple more.
Do you need any snacks or anything?
No.
You're good to go?
Yep.
I wish this place had water.
I have some.
Yeah, I do too. All right, bye.
Bye.